Hello and welcome to the 43rd Annual Curlers Corner Autumn Gold Curling Classic. We are your commentators, Lisa Parent and
Jack Moss.
and this is a matchup between Team Peterson and Team Fujisawa. So Jack, tell me about yourself.
About myself? Well, I started curling at this very club long before this building was here. It burned down one year and they replaced it with this beautiful facility. And so how about you?
I started curling out of the North Hill Curling Club, and I just have been curling ever since, and did some competitive junior curling, and now I'm just doing mixed doubles now that I aged out, and I'm in broadcasting at Mount Royal University, so we're just running the live stream here. And Jack here, Jack Moss, was my coach about 2 years ago, it would have been, when I was playing on Team Backer, and we had a very successful season, I would say. So yeah, Jack has taught me everything I know.
Well, can't blame me for that. But we did play in this too, and you played very, very well.
We did. We played in this 2 years ago, and I don't remember a lot from that weekend, but I'm sure we did great. We would like to remind you to just subscribe to our YouTube channel, and remember to turn your post notifications on so that you're notified every time a new game starts, because we will be live streaming every single draw. And before we start, we would like to thank our sponsors, our title sponsor being Curlers Corner and Bernice Merrick downstairs at the Curlers Corner shop. We'd like to thank Weston, Jiffy Lube, Coronado, Rockwatcher, Olson, Bonterra, and Enigma Resources.
It takes a lot to put on these bond spiels. It's very, very good of all of the sponsors to be contributing.
Yeah.
And I know that Bernice has been doing this for many, many years now. She's has an awesome shop here in the Calgary Curling Club.
She does. She sponsors a lot of events, especially junior events. So that's a lot of these teams wouldn't be here without her help and sponsorship of all the junior curling events that she sponsors. So thank you, Bernice.
Mm-hmm. And some of our junior teams have been doing extremely well in this too.
They have, yeah. We have quite a few junior teams. We have Booth being the youngest team here, I believe, and then we have them on sheet 3 against Team Sturmay. We have Team Backer is a junior team. We have who else?
Team Crow.
Crow, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So good luck to them. They are all still in the spiel, I believe.
And there are a couple of teams that are just recently out of juniors, Sturmay and Skirlet, that just played each other the other night.
All right, so it looks like Team Fujisawa has the hammer in the first end. We have Tara Peterson throwing the first rock for Team Peterson, and they're just going to start with a center line guard.
A nice tight guard, just a little bit off the center line.
Interesting. Do you think that path was super fresh?
So what do you think, Lisa? Are they going to go after each other right away?
I hope so. I don't see the point in wasting an end, especially when you've been playing all weekend. We had 4 draws yesterday, so I think these teams should be pretty used to that ice and what it should do in the first end. So there's no need to mess around. You can just get right to it.
And they have played each other before in the Humpty's Champions Cup. They played each other 2 years ago, and then the most recent one. And Team Fujisawa won both those.
Wow, you did your research, Jack.
That's the advantage of these cell phones. Fujisawa has rock back 8 behind the guard, and it looks like the game is on. We've got the Peterson team trying to freeze. It looks like they made a very nice shot.
Good, Tara.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Tara Peterson is a two-time USA champion in 2014 and 2020, and a three-time USA junior champion in 2009, 2010, and 2011. So 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I skip. Chop yeah.
It's great to see them going after each other right from the start.
So up to speed.
Rocks in play.
Not enough.
Yeah, and it looks like they have the draw weight down already. Just like I was saying, they have been practicing before the event, and they've already had a full day of games, so they should know exactly what the ice is going to do and what time they need to throw in order to make those draws. This is second Becca Hamilton for Team Peterson. She was Team USA in the 2018 Winter Olympics and a 2-time USA champion in 2014 and 2020.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Another nice shot. Team Peterson, lane 2 now.
いやー微妙だな。どんで押すか。前でもいい。中二。どうせ。
Okay, skip Suzuki Fujisawa is calling on Yumi Suzuki to play. Looks like a tap. Trying to hold the line, get it past the guard. Oh, just racked.
Team Fujisawa, they are just textbook sweepers. Their form is just incredible, and I feel like that's exactly what every curling coach tries to get their team to look like when they sweep, and that's exactly what they do. They didn't get that one by, but I'm sure they make a lot of shots for their third and their skip.
Things looking pretty good for the Peterson team right now. Trying to cap this off.
Good. Just go. Oh, line's good.
Again, with the sweeping, both teams have excellent sweeping.
Yeah, definitely.
Any little advantage could be the difference between going on and going home.
Sweep.
So a lot of time is spent on practicing every aspect of the game.
Looks like we're gonna have a big weight shot here, potentially a double peel or even a triple, depending on how she hits it. Just curled a little bit, but that works.
Okay, got rid of some of the stuff. And the ice looks like it's in really good shape. I've heard some pretty good reports on it.
Yeah, I might have to time a couple rocks here and see how fast it's running. So what are we playing here, Jack?
Well, I think they're just trying to replace the shot that they just put in. They want to get a shot in the top control zone, maybe just into the rings. They want it to bend so that it's at least partially covered by the guard. Okay, looks like a really good shot.
Yeah, a little bit of a Christmas tree there. make sure they can't hit and roll in or anything like that.
Rude. Rude.
Fujisawa has to play some cleanup. Try to make sure that she's got a shot on her last one.
Oh! Oh! Clean! Clean! Yes!
Oh, just missed that run back there.
Big weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, Team Peterson has this end set up pretty nicely. They directly froze into that back yellow, and then they have two above the tee line guarding that. So, in a nice straight line there.
Trying to get that center guard on, make sure that they control the area close to the rings. There's still some defense, even though they've got a lot of rocks in play. There's still some defense involved here.
Line's good. I think line's good. Line's good. Leave it straight.
17-6 on that guard.
Okay.
So it's decently keen already.
Good shot. Looks like the decision is between running the guard and drawing into the two at the back forefoot.
I like the freeze on the back one there. I think you need to limit the damage right now and not put too much pressure on your skip to make perfect shots. In the first end, at least. That's what skips are usually for, but sometimes you want to make things a little easier on them in the first end. Corey said that they are a new curling fan from Ontario, cheering for Scotland, and that we have been doing a great job commentating so far. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Well, they're hard on this one. They want to make sure that it gets there. Looks like it might be a bit shy.
Yeah, they really need to go on this one.
Just a touch more weight, it gets by that second red guard and into the forefoot. Now they're in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, that's not a super helpful rock considering it's not tappable.
I don't know. I think
And Deborah says that she loves her U.S. team, but to keep the score of Homan's game updated, she's listening from Colorado. So once some of these teams finish their first end, we'll definitely give you an update.
Well, this is a big shot for Peterson's team, obviously.
Yes. I had Tara.
Yeah, a shot like this can, set the tone for the rest of the game.
Granted, it was a guard. But
This
I had
puts a
you here,
lot of
and
pressure
we'll go
on
curling
Team Fujisawa, and I think she's gonna have to bail out her team in these next two shots.
Yeah, so I think it'll be close. And tolerance is light, so.
I love the discussion between the players on the ice.
Yeah, they're talking about tolerances here.
A lot of information exchanged. Everybody should know exactly what the goal is.
It's really light.
Yeah, they're saying it's light, so that was the tolerance, so there's no worry here yet.
Leave it there! Whoa, it's not gonna get there.
Yeah, light is a good result. A little bit heavy, not so much. So forces essentially Fujisawa to try a similar shot, a little bit more ice, moving out to the edge of the 8-foot. And she's got to play this pretty tight to the guard, I would think, in order to get her rock in for shot.
I know, we were.
Yeah, I think so, and they're gonna have to get some finish on it with the outside sweeper to carve it in a little bit.
任せてくると思う。9と41だったらどっちだと思う？まだ 9？
It's a big moment for Fujisawa's team. Well, they jump it right away.
They're going hard to keep it out there. Just came up too light. That is a tappable rock, though. Doesn't look like they have a whole lot on the outturned side, so could come into use depending on what Team Peterson does.
I think they're on to you. I think they're on to you, Lisa, because it looks like they're going to cap that off.
I mean, angle off that, but
yeah, I think that's the obvious play here.
Right.
I know you were an excellent sweeper when I coached you. And what is it exactly? What kind of a conversation do you have with the other sweepers before the shot is thrown and then during the shot?
Well, I think with pressure shots on the skip, you just want to make sure your skip's happy at the end of the day. So oftentimes as a team, you'll have a conversation with your skip. What do you want to hear? Do you want to hear a time tee to hog? Do you want to hear a time hog to hog? And it's basically whatever the skip wants to hear. It's what you're going to say, because at the end of the day, you just want them to be comfortable and be confident in making their shot. A conversation you might be having with your other sweeper, though, would be more of an honest conversation, asking them, how is the ice running in the path that you're playing down? Do I need to jump on it? Do we think it's going to dig at the end? Just a very in-depth conversation about that specific path, and then oftentimes you'll let your skip know how that path is and how it feels and what you think that rock's going to do.
Okay, now we're going to throw an out turn by Peterson down the center line. So this is a bit of a new shot in this game.
Yeah, so you would be saying to your other sweeper, this is a new path. We might want to keep our brooms down on this one. And it looks like it's exactly what they're doing.
Keep going.
Trying to get some curl on this one.
It's a long guard, but it looks pretty darn good.
Looks like it does the job. Oh, what would you play in this situation, Jack?
Oh, boy. They're in tough. I think this is about all they've got. It's come in off this one, just off the boards. The big question would be whether you come off the inside of it or whether you want to hit it on the outside and in. But either way, it is very, very difficult.
Both are very hard shots, and I have no idea what this rock is going to do in this path. Sometimes they fall to the sides in this situation, and oftentimes it's very frosty out there as well. So.
She needs about a third of that rock on the outside.
Seems close.
So it'll be very close.
Looks very close. Wow. Wow.
What a shot.
Really close.
That was very close. I think Red still got their steal of 2 there, but that was still a very good shot.
Yeah. Perfect. Good end.
So what happens now with the strategy, do you think, for the next end?
Just a new path. One of
given
those,
up
'cause everyone
two.
kept going further and further out.
They've got the hammer still. Maybe a little more cautious than they were before. Game's not out of reach.
Keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I think they're
We played
they're gonna be looking at what went wrong in that end, trying to fix that. I'm sure there's lots to talk about in this little between end break. But yeah, they're going to be looking to grab a couple points here and even out the scoreboard. Definitely throwing up that corner guard for sure.
My guess as well.
普通のノーズタップああそうだねうんうん
2-point jump in the first end is, of course, it's very nice, but at the same time, it's a long game. Lots of time to come back, and things can change quickly. So
Wasn't positive.
Peterson will need to have a
But this
good
path is gonna be quick,
idea
Evan,
of a
so
team
careful.
strategy. Are they going to keep going after the offense like they did in the first
If
end?
anybody, Becca,
That's hard to say. I guess that's really a
it's starting to
team
curl.
thing. You're only up by 2. You're not in any way set to win the game yet. I think here it's kind of one of those things where you say, you know, we want a tight center guard. We want to keep the pressure on them, but if you slip in the house, that is just as good.
Yeah, they just snuck in, and I think they're fine with that.
I think so too.
Sorry.
So throwing a medium corner guard here shows that Fujisawa now, they're going to go to a more traditional approach to try and get their 2 points. I don't think they mind the Peterson rock halfway in the top 12 foot at this point of a chance to do something with it later, but they want to get something established behind their own corner guard.
Wait only. Wait only. Wait only. Right here. I think it's okay. I think it's okay, Beck.
So they're throwing up a guard here, so it is like a decently aggressive call. So yeah, like I was saying, they're only up 2. They're not in any way winning the game. They got to keep playing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
結構ね幅ある結構ね奥でもいいからちょっとフィニッシュ欲しいな結構あるあいや分かったわ
Hello to Megan Edwards, who must have just joined the stream. We always ask this, but we love to hear where everybody's from, where everybody's watching from, and obviously who you're cheering
Line
for.
good. Plenty of room. Plenty of room. Line's good. Yep. Yep for line. Yep for line. Hard. Hard. Whoa, whoa, we're on it.
Just came up a little bit too much on them there.
Yeah, the weight seemed to be pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I think Wade's
They
close
did
to
jump
that.
on it right away. So they must have felt right out of her hand that it was maybe a bit in.
Doing good.
The thrower usually has a pretty good idea of their line on their throw, so oftentimes the thrower can give some quick feedback to the sweepers right when they release the rock, and that's probably what happened there.
半分よりちょっと厚め3分の2
generally there's a mini conversation that goes on, and different teams do it differently. But quite often the thrower, as soon as they release the rock, will give the first feedback. Then the skip will talk to the sweepers and give them an idea about the line, and then all the way down there's a conversation that goes on between the sweepers and the skip about the weight and the line.
Nice shot.
Very good.
ね、やっぱ石の差もあるかな。ガードが4-2で止まっちゃってるから。
Yeah. We want to stick around, but if we get the dessert,
Either that or
fine.
we could draw. I think we gotta get that out.
I like hitting something.
Okay.
Okay, that settles that.
Sometimes that's all you need to say. Yeah, we're up 2. It's early. We don't need to take any risks.
It's like half.
Let's go.
That's a very good point. The scoreboard often is a very good guide to what the call should be. You should be aware all the time of the scoreboard. Lost rock, what the score is.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to turn around, look at the scoreboard, and, you know, kind of reset your mind and figure out what you need to do.
Okay, that one moved.
Wow.
Well, a person can get so involved in the strategy of a specific end that they do lose sight of that. And it's good to constantly remind yourself of where you're at in the game and what the score is.
Let go of it.
Good opportunity
Yeah. Oh,
now
and now it's curling,
for
so
Fujisawa.
Can't get away with that. Earlier you could. It's open now.
Oh, そうだ。いやー、ちょっと長いさ。ちょっと吐きたい。吐いていいよ。やっ。やっ。ちょっと吐いたぞ。やっ。やっ。さやっ。やっ。やっ。あ、いや、当たるわ。
Getting a lot of over curls here, the last couple shots.
ちょっと入れたかもしれない。
No, they really wanted that one to be in the rings. To get a little bump and clutter up the center area is not a very good result for Fujisawa. Just when the Peterson team had removed the center guard, now they've put one back that's close to the center.
Yeah. Rolling all the way. Be more like chat. We're wondering if you can get a steeper roll to get shot.
Sure, whatever weight you like.
Steeper roll, so you're probably looking at throwing a little bit less weight and opening up the broom a little bit.
We gotta make sure we hit it. You like bumper?
So, yeah, I think that's exactly what they're doing. They obviously want to make sure that that yellow rock gets all the way out, but hitting it a little thinner and throwing a little less weight to make sure that red sticks around and is potentially shot.
Bumper, clean. 11. Yep. 11.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Close.
Here.
Whoa.
In that conversation between the thrower and the skip, it's clear that the skip's idea is let's just make sure that we get that rock out. That's job number 1. To get a good roll would be a good bonus. This is looking really good. Really good. Great shot. Great shot.
14.5、曲がりがある。
ね。
Yeah, Team Peterson just kind of has to succumb to the draw game here now. They don't really have a lot of options to eliminate rocks, so the other way you can eliminate rocks is by being shot over those rocks.
ね、なんかね、石でかかんのかな。
We have third Nina Roth throwing this rock, and she was Team USA in the Winter Olympics of 2018, a two-time USA champion in 2010 and 2014, and a two-time USA Junior champion in 2006 and 2008. Coming a little deep here. Looks like yellow is shot.
That's not a bad result for the Peterson team.
It does eliminate that back yellow.
It would also give them something to draw to freeze to get out of the end.
Third, Yoshida is throwing this stone, and she is a Olympic bronze medalist in 2018 and a world silver medalist in 2017. Pretty accomplished curler, all of them. Trying to drag this one over a little bit.
Pushed it back.
Pushed it back, but not quite enough.
But not quite enough.
Yeah, it seems Team Fujisawa was getting some over curls a lot that end, and they definitely adjusted on that shot and kind of left it more up to their sweepers to curl it in a little bit. Seeing some adjustments there, so they're probably having some conversations with each other about that over curling that they've been seeing, and the comment section is seeing that as well.
And they have to be on top of that all of the time because the ice changes right from the start of the game throughout. But more particularly, it changes more, particularly in the first couple of ends. And then in the last ends as the ice gets worn in. So they have to be aware of slide paths. This looks like a very nice shot coming in. Need it to bend a bit.
Yep, go ahead. Yep, go hard. Go hard. Yep, come on. Hard. Yep, go, go.
Very nice shot.
Nice job.
これ開いていいと思う。開いていいのか。ね、ジャブってもなんつうだもんね。視野がね 12.9 だった。同じで剥がせばね。視野がねここやった。ここか。うん。
下は？
ね、同じでいいかな。
We have Linda watching from Grand Prairie, Alberta.
開いていいかな。センター
Thank you for the nice comments. We really appreciate them. And then we have Joshua from Idaho with a little potato emoji.
ここでね。わかりながら。一本前のうちなんて番号が上がった？上がってないか。
I wish we had somebody to translate Team Fujisawa because they're having conversations. Don't know what the conversations are about though. It'd be be good to know that.
They want this rock to bend. Good shot, and sitting 2.
I have somebody in the comments translating for me. It says they were going to do the tap and that the jam was okay, which, yeah, totally agree with that. Fujisawa is sitting 2.
Well, that's good that we have somebody that can translate for us.
Yeah.
My Japanese needs a little brushing up.
Looks like they made that shot pretty much exactly how they talked about, so that's good. Sometimes you can talk things into existence, I think, you know? Talk about what you want to do, and then sometimes you'll be able to do it.
When it forces Peterson to play a defensive maneuver and get rid of the Fujisawa rock, they get a really, really good roll.
Go back.
Then they could force a hard shot, but it's very, very difficult roll.
Straight. Straight.
Just on the nose
Good ball,
there.
Sneed. Way to move that booty. Good job. Nice job, Tab.
相手セットしてたしてない。どうってない。
Looks like we're just gonna do the nose hit here for their 2. Tie things up.
11かな。まあ追いかけるから11半寄りでもいいかもしれない。
Outturn nose hit. Looks like she might have popped it out a small bit. Oh,
Good
beautiful,
shot. There you
beautiful
go.
shot.
Tie game.
So tied game here going into the 3rd end, and it seems both teams have kind of had their ups and downs in the past couple ends. Fujisawa kind of figuring out the ice a little bit in those last 4 shots.
Full value, both teams, full value for getting here. There's a reason why they're here in the A qualifier.
Definitely.
They're both able to adjust. And although giving up 2 is never optimum, they're still, both of them are adjusting their game and feeling each other out. So what do you talk about, Lisa, when the team meets? I know when I was skipping, when my sweepers would talk together, it always made me a little bit fearful.
Thinking they're talking behind your back.
Yeah, but what is the meeting when they have a team meeting?
Yeah, I think that's the prime time for the team to catch up with their skip, because the skip can be very isolated during the game, and it's a good time to encourage each other, just talk about what you did good, talk about what you need to work on, and also just talking about what the goal is for the next end. Do we go for a deuce? Do we try and steal? And I think Team Peterson is probably talking about going for another deuce here, and Fujisawa could potentially be looking for a steal here, or limiting Peterson to a 1.
Well, that steal in the first end by the Peterson rink could be huge because it flipped the hammer, and now they would have the advantage if everything else is equal at the end of the game. So this is another consideration, is to consider what ends you have the hammer in.
Yeah, Team Peterson will, technically have that extra hammer because they scored in the first end, but Fujisawa would be looking at having the hammer in the last end, which is a huge advantage. I mean, if the game goes perfect according to everyone's scoring when they have the hammer from now on, then Fujisawa would have the hammer in the last end. But that's still far away, and there's lots of time left in the game. So personally, I would be looking at just scoring when you have the hammer, scoring that deuce.
Free. Start. Free. Oh, oh. Free, free, free. あ、なくて、じゃあ。中田2人でいいよ。中田2人。もうないか。I agree. Well, do you want to throw a biter stick at it? Yeah. Is there such a thing? Yeah, there's one right there.
Okay, they've decided that the rock thrown by Eureka Yoshida.
Oh, you think it's... Do you want to grab it?
Oh, more discussion.
Yeah, grab it.
They're not sure if that rock's
They're not
in.
sure if it's in the rings, if it can be hit. They're going to measure.
Oh, do they? It's my fault. I told her to grab it. Okay, so they must agree it's not on.
Sounds like the scoreboard in Japan is very different from what we have in
Yeah.
Canada. In Canada, we have the
So I'll give you a, 4-8.
oftentimes
I think so. I don't
the
think it's as slow. Everyone was
the
just
little
going, like,
tab, the
5-3s.
tablet that you
So, yeah, I
put
think
on
a
the
4-8.
scoreboard is representative
Do you agree, Beth?
representative of the end, and the actual solid scoreboard is how many points are scored. I don't know how that would differ in Japan. I've never been to Japan to curl. Have you, Jack?
A little.
Not to curl, but imagine it's a baseball type scoreboard in Japan.
Stay close.
You didn't visit
This-
any curling rinks when you were in Japan?
No, we saw hockey though. Didn't see a curling rink. Fantastic place to go. I'd love to go back and curl. We should go sometime.
I agree. I would love that.
Oh, wow. You guys didn't touch it, I suppose.
This team very obviously gets a lot of support from their Japanese fans, as you can see just by how many comments they're getting in the comment section, and they are obviously one of the probably the best team that comes out of Japan right now. I don't keep a lot of tabs on the Japanese curling teams, but this one is definitely one of the best ones there, and
We've had a fair amount of opportunity to see them play, not only in Bonspiels over here, but also they have practiced at my home club, at the Glencoe Club, and get a chance to see them at practice. They are really hardworking. It seems like they're a lot of fun. Very, very friendly team.
very friendly.
But they work hard at it. When they go there, it's all business. Be quite often on the ice twice a day.
You can just see every shot, they're completely focused, every single shot, and
We don't think you can get
the
to
sweeping.
inside.
That's one of the things I've said about the Fujisawa team is that not only are they technically good at sweeping, but you can see how hard they try, and that's one of the most important things as a sweeper is that you're trying hard every single shot. You don't want to be,
So,
giving it 50%. You want to be giving it your all because every single shot can make the difference in a game.
Well, that brings up a good point, and that's about when to sweep, when you're most effective, and as well as
come on. Oh, yeah.
how the body tires.
Come on in, come on.
The most effective time on the ice to sweep is from the hog line into the house. The rock is slowing down, and it has the most effect on it when you're sweeping properly. But as far as the body is concerned, if you were to go out and sweep a slow rock, a draw shot, and go your hardest, after 10 or 12 seconds, you're completely spent, and then you're not effective.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I was talking about this with Tyler last night, and he said the exact same thing as you, is that you're most effective when the rock is starting to slow down about where the hog line is, and obviously that's different on takeouts, but on draws you have a hard time sweeping the rock end to end, so you need to focus your attention more in the last couple seconds. Going really hard here to hold that.
Oh,
And they got it.
the hard way.
Not second shot though. Oh, interesting. So somebody explained how to read the scoreboard in Canada on YouTube so that the Japanese fans could read the scoreboard. I might have to watch a YouTube video on how to read a Japanese scoreboard, apparently.
Nice sweep. Seem down. Thank you.
사벨을 내놔. 응, CR ちょっとこっち。あれ最悪で飲んでも悪くはない。悪くないと。とか？うん。
So Peterson in pretty good shape here right now.
Oh, just stuck it. Could have gone either way on that double, and unfortunately they just got caught in the middle.
Good shot, so close. Chinami Yoshida.
いや多分一緒だと思うな。うんいいよ。
And thank you to those who are translating for us in the chat. That's actually very helpful, and I'm sure it's helpful for the other fans as well. So that's much appreciated.
さっきゆりさ、1円の前に当たっちゃったじゃん。あの感じでゆりか投げてくる。
Take a look, take a look, take a look. 7, 8. It's coming now.
So Nina Roth with the draw. Good opportunity for them to lay two.
Nice weight, Neen.
Yeah, a very nice weight. Right on that tee line.
4, 5.
11?
Looking at the hit and roll, I believe. Playing the inside out takeout, so I haven't seen a ton of these takeouts yet, so I'm not entirely sure what the ice is going to do here, but seems like it's curling a lot.
Not a lot of weight on that.
No.
It is moving.
It's moving a ton. Wow. Yeah, you oftentimes see that on inside-out takeouts, as I usually just expect that they're going to curl more than outside-in. That's just kind of a common thing on sheets.
You know the weight.
That's good reinforcement. You know the weight.
Yeah, she knows the weight. She should be able to make the shot then.
Yep, I agree.
Nina Roth here with her last stone.
Come on, pull it straight. Let's go. Come on. 6. Yeah.
Very light on that one.
No. I agree. Less of a kick.
Less kick, they're saying. Yeah, so that was a very important shot for Team Peterson to kind of secure their deuce in that end, and just couldn't quite capitalize on that.
Yeah, Jin! Jin, 대한! Jin, 대한!
Just cleaning this one.
Jin, 대한! ちょっとダメだよ!
Yeah, they're not throwing a lot of weight on their takeouts here. What do you prefer, Jack? Do you prefer a nice solid 9.5 or board weight takeouts?
Well, my theory is if it's a hard shot, to throw it really hard. So. Now you have to be able to throw different weights depending on the shot. The more weight that you throw, the less that it's going to bend, particularly where there's some curl to the ice. So I'd prefer to throw a little bit more weight than that. But I have to say, they know what they're doing. They're a very good team. They all have excellent deliveries, and they all have good knowledge of the game.
Wise words from Jack Moss himself.
There you go.
上がってない。ああ、石、
Six! Yep! Line's good!
It seems close.
Where?
Take a look. Take a look.
Oh,
No, we're heavy. I don't want to.
That rock is a spinning.
It's slipping deep, too.
Gotta stay!
Don't know if I would be sweeping that rock behind the tee line if I were Peterson. Looks like reddish shot.
Does to me.
Yeah. 4-2-5.
I'm actually not sure. I'm looking, yeah, we're looking at the overhead view right now, and I'm...
Okay.
I would guess that it is.
12前半でいいかな。うん。
Yeah, hard to say.
なんかね、インサイドアウトにちゃんとなったら曲がるって感じ。
Well, there's no sense taking any chances with it. It's the same shot either way. If they get rid of the red one, it's force. Bit delicate on the weight.
あ、待って、センターだ。あ、クイックになった。おおおお。
We're seeing some smiles from the skip as she releases that rock, so...
Trying to get it to move.
Yeah, beautiful.
Okay,
Nice shot.
good shot.
Yeah, they knew exactly what that rock was going to do because they already saw it previously this end, and they saw it move a lot. So it didn't look like it was going to hit that rock and stay at first, but they knew it was going to move. So you gotta trust it.
Peterson with backing here.
Okay, yeah, this is your track.
Okay, they're agreed on the broom.
I think a 4-8. If this is the same as mine, because mine was a 4-4. less than our last one.
7. Line's
Keep your
good.
broom down.
7, so usually that's a solid T-line weight.
Right on T-line.
Yep.
Good conversation between the sweepers and
Come on.
the third, being raw.
Come on.
Really got to go here. Get a shot. Yeah.
Good job. Good sweep.
Good sweep by the sweepers.
Because they're curling more, they're not.
Takes her one.
Like it's not gliding as much.
Yeah, but like only when you go out. It seems like they're not curling a ton in the 4-foot lines.
But like that one, like it seemed all there, and it just they're not gliding as much.
So,
Okay, let's just keep talking about pass.
Yeah.
It does.
Tara Peterson, I think, was saying that,
I agree.
or was it,
Yeah.
might have been Tabitha. One of the Petersons were saying that
Yeah,
the rocks
keep
don't have as much
updating
legs on them
with the
anymore. So I mean, it is only we're only going into the 4th end, but
short.
could be seeing the ice fudging up a little bit already, and I think that's what they saw, kind of on Tabitha's last shot there, that it was slowing down a little bit before their eyes. They didn't get a read on it quick enough, and they kind of were a little bit panicked there that that rock wasn't going to be shot, but they talked about it now, so they know.
Yeah.
They know going forward that it might be slowing down a little bit here,
Fair enough.
going into the 4th end.
All right. So this path should be nice, right?
All the way then. Line's good. Stay mean. Stay mean. Yep, just keep it coming. Keep it coming. Line's good. Keep it coming. Line's really good. Nice job. Keep dragging it.
Sweep.
Good sweep.
Looks like a lot of close games out here tonight. Carey up on Holman, 2-0. Sturmey, 3-0 over Booth at this point. Skurlik up 1, 3-2 over Morrison.
ちょっとで曲がっているんだ。
Joe Bernard's
あれ
team
だろうだ。あれだろう
is up 2-1.
あれだろうってる。
And Hofston.
いいよ。感謝する。
And Lainey Peters playing in that game. She's coaching the Peterson team at the same time. She's busy this weekend. Sinclair up on Scherer, 2-1. And on the sheet next door to us, Sherry Anderson up on Walker, 4-1.
Curling now.
It's really
but I think it's
curling
okay. 4-5. Good.
Good judge. Nice manage.
Yeah. Good job.
I keep forgetting to switch these.
It's just slow.
ほぼ見えない。
Just to update you all a little bit on the draw, Eve Muirhead was the A qualifier this afternoon at 4:30. We did live stream that game, so if you want to go take a look at it, if you missed it, feel free. And this is the other A qualifier. Could take a look at the B event here, and obviously everything is up on Curling Zone if you want to take a look at that. Nice freeze. Very nice.
In turn, come around. Good shot.
Carrie Anerson and Jennifer Jones are going to be playing each other at 9 a.m. tomorrow in the B qualifier, as well as, oh, actually I lied, that is a B semifinal. And then Gim and Fleury will be in the other semifinal on that bracket. So one of those 4 teams will be playing in the B qualifier at 12:45 p.m.
Nice shot. Thank you.
Really good sweep.
And
Beautiful shot by Hamilton.
So we're looking at killing both of those red rocks. But if she just makes the peel, then that's fine.
Yeah, get rid of the center guard. Anything else would be a bonus.
She lined it up, so that's kind of on the sweepers at this point.
It should be close, I'm sure.
please. Yep.
Yeah, it sounds close. Nice.
Good shot.
Very, very nice shot.
Oh, this is nice. Nice.
One of our Japanese fans says that Suzuki is called Himiko among Japanese curling fans, and I might have mispronounced that name, and if I did, I apologize.
そっか、変えたんだもんね。変えた。
right on T line. Line's good. 4-5. 4-5.
Good sweep, you guys.
Nice shot. Nice sweep, Neen.
It's a good shot, but they don't really like to be behind the tee line on those.
I like that call.
これね、かぶりたくはないんだよね。
So it appears that the decision is about where they want to leave the shooter.
飲んじゃう全然いいよ。ピリオドよりはね、飲んでいい。こっち？
Intern hit. Try to get it just off center, get some separation between the 2 yellow rocks.
Hey.
Such a beautiful delivery.
3, yep. Oh.
Don't know if we're gonna get much roll.
Yeah.
That's not a bad result either, though.
Totally fine.
うん。
Do you like hitting?
Yeah. What, my way?
Can you? What? Hit and. What? Like this? Maybe. Then they hit that and sit too. I think either we smash. Either we smash. We might be able to get second like this.
Yeah. But I think I want to roll my way.
We could draw, but then they just have that. Do you want to come down here and talk about it?
Yeah, sometimes there's no use in screaming at each other across the curling rink.
That's a pretty important
I can't
juncture
hear
in the game.
Yeah, you need to know when it's time to have a team discussion about it. Obviously, you
just
don't want to
don't
waste a
know
bunch
if
of time, but
we
some
might
shots
get
are
second
too
if we
important
do a
not to
hit
talk
like
about.
that.
I was
Correct.
thinking go this side so we don't set up a double as easily.
But it's a little less rings over here.
That's fair.
But yeah, but if we, I don't know.
No, I don't think both rocks are going. This one's not going anywhere. I'm saying your
You're,
shooter just
if you
rolls.
smash it,
This
we
is gonna
roll
stay
out,
right here, and you just got to roll a little
which
bit to
is
get
fine.
second.
I don't mind smashing.
I feel like I'm learning so much about Japanese curling
That would
today,
be what would happen.
and I love it.
If we do this,
Hamiko is the shamaness queen
just
of the
don't- I don't
first
like that.
century AD.
either we hit or smash.
Oh. She makes miracle shots, so that's why she's called that.
Do you think it's there?
You're right.
I don't know if we get second, and then they just hit this, and then we're trying to get it.
Yeah, she's
think
a
we do.
powerhouse,
I know.
that girl.
I'm saying if we
She's
do
an
this,
awesome
I don't
curler.
know if we get second.
There's a good discussion
And then
here,
they
Why
just
do they not think we
hit
did
this
second
and
with
sit two, and then we have to make a double.
although there are
We got a second rocket.
only a couple
So do you
of
like to
choices.
smash?
You can see how important this shot is.
Yeah.
I don't either. So what's the call?
All right, nice peel.
Okay. PO8.
All right, Neely, you got it.
You getting a time on this one, Jack?
Yeah, let's see what PO8 is for Nina Roth.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Clean. Whoa.
Well,
Whoa. Tara. Hard, Tara.
Hard tab. Hard tab.
729.
okay.
Excellent result. Move the yellow rock back to the back 4 foot.
It's fine.
Everything else cleaned up.
Would you have preferred to stick the shooter in that scenario and not
Well, I th-
remove both stones rather than
He knows. We can have
and then rolling out?
I think they did.
Yeah.
I think they wanted to keep the shooter in there.
Good top.
There's no way they were getting both rocks out.
No, not when you're sticking the shooter.
Yeah, that was a good weight. Just every bit.
You basically need to hit nose, just off nose, if you want to stick your shooter.
I like the hinge flop.
Now an opportunity to use that yellow rock that they just pushed to
Same weight?
back 4
Oh.
foot.
Oh, okay.
You hit and flop on top of it. If they get it thin, I doubt they'll do, but if they get it thin, they could get the double off of it, clean everything up.
Close, yep. Clean, yep, yep, yep. 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 9-5. Yep.
Yep. Yep. Hard for nose. Hard for nose.
9-9.
Okay.
Good throw.
Okay, didn't really want to hit that one on the nose. A good shot here would give the yellow 2 rocks, difficult double.
あ、お、先打ちそうだ。やるよね、近いよ。言えるかな、言えるか。ギリギリ残りそうだよ。クリーン、クリーン、クリーン、クリーン。大丈夫。
Nice shot. Michelle Mackenzie is giving us some positive feedback in the comment section. Thanks, Michelle.
ちょっと上がってただけ。でもやっぱさ、ノースイングだからかな。そんなに落ちなかったね。一緒よりね、ちょっとセットしたかなぐらい。
Some very interesting comments here.
あ
Yeah.
そうね、
top of that yellow there.
Yes, rolled a tad too far.
Should have gotten the double.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Maybe they should have
Did you get time?
jumped ship and went for the double instead. Would have been a hard angle to call, but hit it a bit thinner and you've got it.
Yeah, they might have been able to save that. And it wouldn't have been a worse result in any event.
オッケー。あーあ、それゆりかはね外してたな。うんうんあれね4分の1ぐらいかかってる。うん5？1？ゆりかのカバーしたとこだな。
I have to say, Lisa, I'm really impressed by the technicians that you've hired for this job. They're doing a wonderful job with the cameras.
8？ うんフリーズ一歩手前ぐらい。
Yeah, they learned. Well, my brother learned everything about 30 seconds before the live stream started, so pretty impressed with the quality of the stream. And my mom is taking one for the team and standing out in the freezing cold down there, running the on ice camera, and she's getting some really nice shots. So very grateful for that. And then my dad is in the prime spot, drinking wine and running the board. That's probably the best job you can have.
ね、あれね、皆さんちょっと入れてるかなぐらいな感じに投げてた。
Looking at the double here, there is a chance.
ね、
There is a chance they crash onto the red.
単純な傾きって感じじゃないかな。
ないね、ないわ。
She's throwing some heat here.
Whoa! Other way.
Half a rock.
Hardening, hardening.
Good shot.
Great shot.
Very good shot.
Nice call,
Yeah,
Sneak.
very, very nice.
Atta girl. Good call.
Flawless shooting.
Really nice. Good job.
And looking for the blank.
Where's your vest tab?
Yeah, I'll put that on. That's a good idea. I'm getting a little cold.
Okay, well, this one's got some heat as well.
Yep, yep, yep.
Are we nosing it?
Nosed, stuck for one.
Yeah, it's not a bad shot. I mean, obviously they wanted to blank, but they have hammer in the even ends, and they're going into the fifth end tied. That's not a bad situation to be in. It's basically like starting the game over again.
Yeah, halfway through. They've got the hammer in the even ends, as you say.
ソフトウェイトが結構むずいのか。
A lot involved in getting a team together to this level.
Oh yeah.
そうだね。
Besides the on-ice stuff, there's a lot of off-ice things that have to happen. A lot of sponsors that are very important to allow these curlers to travel, particularly these ones that have traveled so far from Japan and from Korea, even from the United States and Eastern Canada to travel out here. It's not an inexpensive proposition. You need 4 people that are going to be very, very committed to the same goal, willing to put in the time and the effort. And it's always easier said than done. Everybody can imagine winning a world championship when they put a team together, but when it comes down to putting the time and the effort in to do it, then that's what separates the teams that actually have a chance from the ones that fall by the wayside.
Yeah, it's easy to say you want to achieve something, and then it's another thing to actually put that into action. You know, you have to show up every single day, and at the end of the day, only one team actually wins. One team wins provincials, one team wins nationals, one team wins worlds. So you're very, very lucky if you get to win all three of those.
The difference between winning and going home is pretty finite in a lot of cases.
Take a look. Seems like plenty.
So you have to be, you know, willing to go into a season and, you know, have this dream to win, but then be willing to suffer the heartbreak if you don't win at the end of the day.
No, somebody has written in and mentioned that there's no halftime break. It's good to see that these teams are keen. They're both going well. They don't need the little break after 4 ends. So back out at it. Keep going while you're hot.
My favorite thing,
Was that like 14?
curling, was always the 4th end break, and my parents or the other players' parents bringing snacks. That was my favorite part.
That's where Michelle McKenzie comes in.
Exactly. That's funny. Michelle, the record for viewers is because Jack got his whole family watching.
It's a pretty big family.
He likes to hear himself talk, and he likes to be the center of attention, right, Jack?
That's correct.
Nothing wrong with that. I'm the same way.
Debbie Moss is my sister-in-law. She's living now, just recently retired to Blind Bay, but out of Yellowknife. She's played in this. She's played in the Scotties.
Wow. Big curling family you have, Jack.
Mm-hmm. My sister, Maureen Miller, was desperate that I give her a shout out too, so there you go.
Nice shot of my mom walking towards the camera there. She just wanted to get some of her own screen time. It's not always fun doing all the work and not getting any credit, eh? That one didn't quite curl up enough. That was like beautiful weight. It just didn't come up at all.
No, it looks like it's about half open. You got the 2 center guards up and 1 full 8 foot behind it. So we got something going this end for sure, as we have in every end.
10. Stay close, Dean. Yep. Stay close. Yep. Harden. Come on, Dean. Come on.
Looking for a little bit of a roll here. Just couldn't quite get that.
Nice throw. 10 seconds. Oh, you're trying to be 10? Okay.
The end there, I was like, I should get off of this one.
What a great opportunity here for the Fujisawa team. Beautiful hit and roll. Maybe just exposed on the outturn side.
Those are hard shots to call. Hit and rolls, they're really hard. You have to make sure you're getting accurate weight calls from your sweepers, otherwise you're not going to be able to call them right. And looks like it just got away a little bit on them at the end there. But it was a beautiful throw. Couldn't have thrown that any better.
Becca Hamilton with a nice takeout. Leaves the same shot from the other side.
I believe one of our Japanese friends is saying they want to go get a coffee from Tim Hortons. Are there Tim Hortons in Japan? I can't imagine. Have another listener or viewer, I should say, from Singapore. Oh, just barely over-rolling on those ones.
Chinami Yoshida just maybe a little soft on that one. Steep roll. Advantage goes back to the Peterson team.
No Timmys in Japan. That's too bad. I personally love Tim Hortons, and I don't think it's overhyped. How do you feel about this being the most watched live stream so far this weekend, Jack? Your first commentating experience, I believe.
Well, it's all you, Lisa. I'll drive those numbers back down. This probably includes all 4 of my Facebook friends.
Got all the family watching and all the Facebook friends.
Again, rolls a bit too far.
Sticks around.
I'm wondering if they're expecting maybe that ice to be a bit straighter there than it actually is.
Yeah, it seems like they've had to sweep almost every single one of their outside in hits. And I guess that would be the out turn.
Yeah, 4-5, 4-3. Mine was a 3-8, but mine was way back. Where do we want this? Back 8? Okay. Yeah.
Steve Moss says that all your Facebook friends are just family too. But I have to say I am one of Jack's Facebook friends, so that can't be true. And I think Ashton Skrulek is too.
You keep it clean.
Running, you guys.
Yeah. 8.
We can give you some updates on the other sheets quickly.
Careful, careful. Yeah.
We've got Walker and Anderson. They seem to be tied going into the 5th end.
Good job.
Sinclair's up 5-3 on Team Scherer.
Yeah, I had a 14.
Let's see. Team Morrison is up 4-3 on Team Skrulek right now.
That was a 4.
Sturmey is up 3-1 on Team Booth.
Yeah, really.
Selena Sturmey being a past world junior champion and Booth being an up-and-coming junior team. To me, it looks like Carey's up 3-0 on Homan. And I cannot see the score on Team Bernard's sheet. They are blocking the view.
11-3.
That was a very soft hit.
We could freeze.
And
But if we
Fujisawa
hit it,
chasing
it's in a better spot for her
that
to get the
outside
goal,
shot,
you know.
looking like she's trying to limit the
We
damage.
have to make sure we're second. Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
If we do freeze to it, she might be forced to play the draw.
Yep.
Are we okay with that?
And then I'll have to dig it, basically.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, she could make it perfect, right?
Right.
But she does have to get around that guy, which is. This was your broom. I think it was good. Yep. Yeah. I think your same weight is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Team Fujisawa is more popular in Japan than you think after winning the Olympic bronze medal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
mine was
that's
a
been
3-8.
happening in a lot of countries. Like
So
when
4-3,
the
4-5
USA men's
Okay.
team won the gold medal,
Right on it.
they I think they got a lot more exposure in their country because of that, and curling surged in the younger kids because of that. So I think it's a really good thing, especially at the Olympics. That's when people who don't curl become exposed to curling. What are we doing here, Jack? Just a freeze on this back yellow?
Freeze to the back yellow that was just thrown.
Line's good.
Yep. Go. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Looking pretty good. Little bounce, not much.
So
You guys.
Good job.
it's not directly on, but it's good enough.
Good enough, yes.
They're sitting 2. And looks like Fujisawa, if she gets the perfect roll, she can be sitting in the back rings. It would still give Peterson a chance to get her 2.
でね、あっちの黄色にジャブりそうなんだよね。ね、フィールでいいわ。外で。
Team Peterson front end is staying down at that end in case they need to talk things over with Skip in the third. Seeing as it would be a pretty important shot.
Okay, accomplishes job 1, get rid of the red rock.
Yeah, and just a draw for 2 here. Just talking about paths here, maybe?
It looks like the same path they took 2 ends ago.
4-5. This is, yeah, this is the same thing that she did in the third end.
There you go.
Yeah, a lot of
4-5, same
younger
way.
teams will make the mistake of thinking,
This is
oh,
the same broom that you
open
did
draw
in
to the
third end,
house.
right?
Yes.
I'm just gonna run down there and
Like
throw it.
1 inch
But
less.
it's still important to talk about, you know, what the ice is gonna do, what the rock is gonna do, because you know you rush these shots too fast and get excited, and you can miss them.
Seems pretty similar.
So you gotta take time on every single shot, whether it's you know,
Just a head clean.
an important shot or you think it's easy or not.
We're fine. We're fine. Just keep cleaning. Keep cleaning. Keep cleaning. 6, 4, 5.
Ball thrown stone, well judged. 2 points.
Nice shot.
Very nice. All right, going into the 6th end here. Team Fujisawa has the hammer and the even ends. Team Peterson up
We're up by 2.
5-3 on Fujisawa. Both teams have been pretty evenly matched here, I would say. I wouldn't say one has been dominating the other.
It's been a well-played game. Been some misses, but good opportunities and both ways. But very well played.
And if she's still not here for my second one curls more.
And to answer the comments, how much time they have for the game, there's no time limits on these games, so
We've been playing this way.
they have as much time as they need. I've been seeing most of these games running about 2.5 hours.
I'll stay close to help you judge, but
And Andrew is asking what our favorite color is. Jack, what's your favorite color?
Well, in a cash spiel, it's always green.
My favorite color would have to be,
Take a look.
Blue, no red.
I would say blue, yeah.
Take a look.
Rock color though. I like to go for red
Whoa.
when I'm choosing rocks.
Curl only.
Well, there is a theory that the lighter colored rocks are easier to see.
Yeah.
Nice judge.
Probably not that important at your age, but when you get to my age, it becomes much more important.
Did it seem like I was Matt following behind telling you what to do? I knew it.
And to answer your question, Michelle, you know what? Probably not. But it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, tell me more. I want to be more like him.
But I love seeing, short women on the ice that can throw, their 6-second peels. I think that's amazing to watch because I personally can't throw that much weight. So it gives me hope that I can.
Oh, you could throw with some heft, Lisa. It's
turn did you play?
more technique. You want to have leg strength, of course, but it's more technique.
Yeah, she gave me more. 3? Yeah. Okay.
And the big weight isn't everything. Hector Vey weighed 300 pounds, and I'll bet he never threw a takeout that hit the backboards.
I was positive. Probably gonna have to, well, it'll curl on its own. Line's good, line's good.
Yeah, who's Hector?
Curl on its own.
Who's
Thank
Hector?
I need to know.
Maybe a little back.
He's
No,
a
no,
former
careful.
world champion. He's a St. Albert potato farmer.
Yeah, look.
They
Careful.
had
Yeah,
the
pretty good.
nickname
Whoa,
the
whoa.
Friendly Giant, and he won
Yep,
his first Brier in
Really
1961.
nice. Good job.
Wow.
We were fine without
Yeah,
that.
you can
Yeah.
you can tell how old Jack is if he knows that information.
That's only sets one limit on it.
Go, 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 go. もうちょい、もうちょい、もうちょい、もうちょい、もうちょい、もうちょい、もうちょい。Go, go, 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 go. よ、当たりやすね。
Playing the tick shot there. We were talking about this earlier this morning with Riley in Manhattan.
12.7.
What do you think about the new potential rule of not being able to touch rocks on the center line? Not being able to play those tick shots.
It's such a good skill, but the idea, I think, is to increase the interest in every end. Some of these players have become so adept at the tick shot that it's just like peeling. So it probably makes the game more interesting, certainly at the higher levels, at the club levels, at my ability level. It makes no difference whatsoever because you don't make those shots anyways.
Jack, aren't you a Glencoe club champion?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, we won the most recent one, which is now getting on to 3 years ago. I'm fortunate I've been able to play in that with my son, and we've had some success.
Yeah, so don't sell yourself short with the whole skill thing. You could make a tick shot.
Well, he can.
Oh, your son can.
Yes.
Okay, I see.
7.8。うん。
Yeah, I guess you don't need to make a tick shot. You're a skip, aren't you?
あ、ゆうかナイス。
That's right. I just need to blame the sweepers.
上手。あれ、ちょうど見えてない？ちょうど見えてない。ちょうど見えてない。
Don't worry, the sweepers are probably blaming you too.
That's why I don't like them to talk.
ちょっと寒くなってきた。ストレートだった。うん。でもプッシュは効いてた。うん。あれ以上ウェイト速いとダメだったかなぐらい。うん。
Rebecca Hamilton with this come around through the port.
あ、でもね、うん、優しくセットはしてるって感じ。
Coming in nicely. All depends on the weight. It's a little bit deeper than she would have wanted.
Yeah, it's slightly too deep.
うん。うん。
Okay.
あ、くらいぐらい。うん。ちょうどスルーぐらいかな。
Must be a little cold out there. Fujisawa's got the winter jacket on now.
Playing the split on her front one. She wants to get the rocks in the rings.
いいよー、ピー。やっ。やっ。やっ。やっ。任せろ。やっ。
If she gets this just right, she'll get the shooter behind the red guard. And possibly her object rock behind the yellow guard. Well done. Well done. Excellent call. Such a team game. Like every part of this game depends on all four players being on the same wavelength.
Yeah, there's a lot of different variables that go into curling. It's not just if your thrower can make a shot. It's if your skip can call the line and your sweepers can call the weight and if they can sweep well. It's a lot of different factors.
This becomes a really big shot for the Peterson
Sure.
squad. They're trying to get it to curl. See where she ends up. Oh, I just rolled a bit far.
Yeah.
Darn.
Yeah, I echo that sentiment.
Not too happy about that one.
I suspect she knows that she has a microphone on.
She does. She censored herself. I've been so impressed with the ladies this weekend because I don't think I've heard one single swear word slip yet. The men, however, last weekend in Okotoks were struggling. There's a question about the potential idea of changing blank ends so that you lose the hammer if you blank an end. I don't know. I haven't given myself enough time to think about that one.
Well, it would certainly force more offense. Change the nature of the game quite a bit.
How far do we go with that, though? Because I feel like every single rule change lately has been about, junking things up, making the game more interesting. But I personally love watching curling right now. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I don't know. Teams will be offensive on their own. They don't need more rules, I don't think, to force that.
I couldn't agree with you more. I really think that's the game. The rules of the game should be made for the players to enjoy playing the game, even before taking into account the spectators that are watching it. No offense to anybody that's watching it. But if the players are enjoying it, if the players have a game that is competitive and enjoyable, then I'm sure that the viewers will follow. They always have, and I'm sure that they always will.
Yeah, I agree with that.
割とギリギリかわした割に
Or you have something that works so well. You should maybe be very careful about changing too many things too quickly.
Yeah, and nothing wrong with experimenting and trying things out. But you know,
This is very aggressive.
I don't know how far you take it.
Like, this is very lonely, is all I'm getting at. Yeah.
And I think, you know what, mixed doubles curling exists for a reason. It's to add a different element, and that element being, you know, more rocks in play, more crazy runbacks and triples.
They might have
Oh my gosh. And so I think, you know, it exists for a reason. If you like that kind of gameplay, then watch mixed doubles. If you like, you know, more straightforward skill-based, you know, straightforward shots, then, you know, watch four-person curling.
It really is a different game. It's so
Oh, yeah.
so fast-paced.
Oh yeah.
And you can hold
But
it. We gotta
but
find
it's a
good
different
guard.
game, and
You'll hold it.
and you can enjoy both of them for sure.
I agree.
I think I like that 10. You were a
So
10.
Fujisawa team here is now trying to load the rings with rocks, and they're looking to make a big shot to get a bundle. So that's why they drew around their corner guard. Now with Peterson ring, they're onto that strategy, and they're looking at eliminating rocks rather than trying to save
Becca will hold
their
you.
shot rock. This is a real test of wills.
Yep. Hard.
Maybe
All the
got
way.
that one going a little bit.
Hard. Come on. You gotta go. Hard. Come on. Lean on it. Come on. You got it. Let's go. Whoa.
I feel like there's been a lot of racks in this game.
Well, that's the miss on that shot, though, is to get rid of that corner guard. It exposes the yellows for a possible double.
10-9.
So give a number of, depending on what happens in this shot, it could give a number of possible double combinations,
Yeah.
and potentially even a triple. As we saw earlier, the Fujisawa team can certainly throw the weight to make a triple.
Yeah, it's not good.
They'll be sitting 4 here if they make this nose takeout.
I meant the Peterson team. I don't think Fujisawa would like to throw a triple.
No, probably not.
Yeah. And then would there be a triple?
Yeah, they're talking about that triple now.
Nice.
Nice shot.
Now, what do you think, Lisa? Where would the ideal spot for that shooter to go? Is that it, or
Oh
should it be
boy.
somewhere else?
You're gonna ask a second that?
You have a brilliant curling mind.
Put me on the spot, Jack. I kind of like where they put it. I think if you roll, if you roll towards those 2 yellows there, you're gonna set up an easier triple, more rocks to hit, and in a smaller space. You roll the other way, you're gonna set up some type of draw, freeze.
They certainly didn't want it behind the tee line,
No.
and they can afford to give up a double and still have a good chance for multiple points.
Yeah, they're sitting in a good spot right now, so I think just keep things simple and no need to get fancy here. I think they put that rock in a good spot. Nice shot.
The double,
Didn't
almost
quite
a
get
triple,
that. Yeah.
but a good shot.
Oh, that kind of puts that yellow rock in a good spot for Fujisawa, because now they can roll to the left there, and there's basically no double anywhere.
Just like they called.
Looks like Jack's family is commenting on this.
11でいくわ
If a hot dog is a sandwich or a taco, and my personal opinion is or a hot dog is neither, and I think that's a bad question. Sorry, Andrew.
And I don't even eat hot dogs.
A hot dog is a hot dog. It's what, like, I don't know how else to describe it. Looks like it's gonna stick.
Very nice shot. Rolls to the outside.
Yeah, what do you do in this situation if you're Peterson? You're sweating a little bit right now.
They're looking at eliminating the back yellow and maybe getting a roll behind the guards. The alternative would be to just draw behind the
I
guards.
think we have to nose it. We can maybe get like a little
Yeah,
bit
do
of a
you
roll,
jam on that red if you roll though?
But if I
Well,
hit
it would
nose
depend
with
on the
three,
weight.
it's a shot.
They haven't thrown a lot of shots
Make
down
that guy count.
this close to the boards, although they probably know it from practice.
I just don't want to straight jam it.
I think nose is okay though. It makes them hit it if they want three.
Yep.
So
And she could jam it.
like, we could.
You can give
play
up
it if it's
3 here. It's not ideal, but you can. You don't want to give up 4 at all.
Peel here and
What's it gonna do out here?
I like 9.
Yeah, 1 down after 6. That's not a terrible position to be in. Certainly wouldn't want to be 2 down after 6.
What kind of weight? Okay. Sounds good. I think it'll run.
Looks like the verdict on this is that hot dogs are, in fact, a hot dog.
Nice throw.
Yeah. Tough.
Yeah.
Good shot. That did the job that they wanted. Forcing a hit. Hoping for a rollout.
相手セットしてた今見てたしてたあ
Might be a lot to hope for with this team, though. They're throwing pretty well.
うん9半ちょっと速くならないようにするわうん
Looks good.
Good shot for 3.
Very nice shot. So Fujisawa is going to be up
ありがとうありがとう
1 going into the 7th end,
あ褒めた
hoping to keep that hammer in the even ends, probably.
これ次さ2セッター
Want to give some updates on some of these other sheets, Jack?
Okay, let's have a look over here.
さんからの
Next door to us, it's Anderson over
コーナーそう
Walker
コーナードローされた時に
by 2. Or is that 3?
見てもいいかあー
I can't tell.
6 to 4, I think. 7 to 3 for Sinclair over
飛
Scherer.
んで高くしていくね
The Bernard team is down 5 to 3. Well, they just finished that end. Not sure what happened there.
Morrison's up 6-3 over Team Skrillex. And Jack coached me when I was playing with Ashton Skrlik 2 years ago. So,
I did so.
and then Sturmey is up 5-2 on Team Booth. Carey and Homan are now tied. Looks like they're still in the 6th end. And currently nobody on sheet 1.
No, I think they're in 7 now, aren't they?
Oh, 7.
Yeah.
Would be 7, yeah.
The Booth team has had some success this year. I believe they're U18.
They are. They're U18 still. And they're doing great. They got a last-minute spot in the spiel. I believe somebody dropped out, so they got a chance to sign up, and they've been having a really decent weekend so far, I believe. Haven't had them on the live stream yet, but
And I think they've recently won at least one of their junior spiels.
they did. They won, I want to say Leduc. I don't know if that's right.
Fujisawa with the tight guard. Peterson coming around it, making a nice shot.
I lied. So Team Booth won the Lethbridge spiel. That's the one that we won 2 years ago.
Yes, we did. It was a great spiel. Huge blizzard on the way home after that one.
Took us about 5 hours or something to get from Lethbridge to Calgary, which is usually about a 2-hour drive, 2.5 hours maybe.
It's part of winter sports in Canada.
Yep. This is the lead on Team Fujisawa, Eureka Yoshida. Just like her fellow teammate, she was an Olympic bronze medalist in 2018, a world silver medalist in 2017, and the Pacific Asia Championship gold medalist in 2015. So this team's been together for quite some time now.
Just making sure that they understand the instructions from the skip. All on the same wavelength.
I added, but keep it straightening. Yeah, line's good. Whoa, whoa. Wait, Ollie. Whoa, we're out there. It's got a curl. Got a curl. Hard back. Hard back. Make it good. Come on.
Trying to get this rock frozen here.
Go, go, go. More, more.
Nice shot.
It's a little short, but it's certainly useful.
Good sweep. Yeah, sorry. Shoot, sorry.
It's okay.
Time for a conference.
Haven't seen any timeouts called in this spiel. Are they allowed timeouts with their coaches, Jack?
I'm not sure that they are.
Yeah, I haven't seen any called, so I'm just
I
assuming.
haven't seen one either. I'm sure one of our alert viewers will know the answer to that.
Yeah. Also, if you're in Calgary or anywhere in the surrounding areas, just come down and watch. Like, obviously, we love having you on the live stream, commenting and everything, but it'd be great to see you here. Everyone's allowed in. You just have to be fully vaccinated to get in. So you have to show your proof of vaccination.
And there's been some great curling.
Oh, yeah. And Michelle says no timeouts are allowed, so you can just discuss things with your team, and that's about it. Coach is banished upstairs.
We can always run the center guard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Quite an interesting end. Peterson wants to get their points in the middle, like in the forefoot, whereas last end, Fujisawa tried to play things out to the side. They managed to get the rocks behind the corner guards. Different strategy. Same idea though, get your rocks in the rings and then try to make a big shot for a couple.
What do you see for weight?
What do you think for weight?
Huh? Hat?
Yeah, I do.
There are two USA teams here, Peterson and Sinclair. There's also a team from Scotland, a team from Korea, some teams from Manitoba.
Two from Scotland.
Two from Scotland.
Yeah. Morrison, I think, is...
Yeah, Morrison's from Scotland, and
Ave Muirhead.
Muirhead. I couldn't think of her name for some reason.
Sorry.
Muirhead obviously qualifying through the A in the last game. Her and her team took the win over Team Fleury. Oh, there's 3 teams from the USA. Christensen as well.
Really screaming. Till the end.
Just teams from all over in this spiel. It's so fun playing teams that you're not used to playing because, you know, as a Albertan, you just get so used to playing the same teams over and over again. And obviously it's great. You get to know the other teams really well, but it's such a good experience to get teams coming from other countries and just see how they play and what their strategy is and how they sweep, how they
It's a
go into a game plan.
It's really a world-class field.
It is.
World champions, Olympic champions.
Double peel. You're still up, right?
Right. Let's see what the plan is here.
We need our translators.
Dragging that rock, they want it to bend.
Nice shot.
Looks like a pretty good shot.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think Fujisawa would be pretty happy to steal this end, wouldn't they? Although there's lots of outcomes that would be okay. Peterson getting one, Fujisawa having the hammer in the last end, or stealing, being up 2 without hammer.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to say. I think the way that this game is going, there's certainly both teams are playing to get points this end. So they'd better be happy if they get one.
Go. Yep, you gotta go. You gotta go.
Gotta really carve this over. Not quite. Maybe with those old directional broom heads, she could have gotten that over, but
Did that touch?
can we get the playback going?
You missed the cheater brooms?
Kind of. I never really got a good chance to use them because my team didn't want to. I tried convincing them, Jack. But yeah, that was the year we had the cheater brooms. This is the year Team Skrillex won the U18 championship and went to nationals, internationals actually.
ごめん、指だ、指でいいわ。
That's the year that the big controversy occurred.
高めでいいわ。クリーンでいいよ、クリーンでいい。クリーンで大丈夫。クリーン、やっ、やっ、もうちょい、もうちょいだ、もうちょい曲げたい。ごめん、もうちょい曲げたい。やっ、やっ、やっ、やっ、やっ。
Throwing up another guard, same exact shot.
Yeah, got this one over a little bit more.
あ、
A
ごめん。
little bit better space on it. Peterson looking to clean things up a bit.
はい、4人とか。
It's getting late in the end for bailing out.
Oh! Whoa, 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 whoa. Yep, yep. Yep, yep, hard, hard. Come on.
Nina Roth.
Yes, 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 hard. Go!
Interesting.
Good shot.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah, yellow shot, obviously. You can kind of
Definitely
see
better.
that pretty easily.
Nice. Like my first, but
Just throwing up another guard.
Hard shot. I think we should have just played the peel.
I think so too.
It was just hard.
まあ、赤指でいいのか。
そうね。
勝ち
これでも抜けちゃうと。
ね、これでソフトウェイトであるというね。
だから。
It's getting to be quite a mess out front.
うん。
And the options for Peterson are fast disappearing. She still has a couple of spectacular shots that she could try.
うん、この5の赤の1の前ぐらい。うん。うん。そう、ここの間通されちゃうとね、一番微妙なんだ。うん。
Looks like we have over 800 viewers for this game. That is the most we've had all weekend. So thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Me and Jack, we're not professional commentators or anything, but we're trying our best. So
Hard to believe. Well, you're semi-pro.
I'm getting there. That's what
Yeah.
I'm in school for. So. But Jack will be here for most of the weekend. He's commentating tomorrow night as well, I believe, and then also the semi and the final on Monday.
Along with Dennis Balderson,
Yeah.
world famous Olympic coach.
Yeah, that'll be really great. So make sure you all tune into that if you get the opportunity. I know it's a Monday, but it's Thanksgiving here in Canada, so maybe you'll have the day off.
ナイスライト。
So are we looking at this double run back here, Jack?
I think that's what they have to try. If they make it, if they just nut it, they could be sitting pretty. Be sitting with two. It'd certainly open up the side. They're going to move something else into the open. But to get a 2 out of this right now for Peterson would be absolutely phenomenal. Sometimes when you only have one shot, which is really all they have here, sometimes when you only have the one shot, then you're focused enough on it, they seem easier to make.
Yeah, you kind of throw with more confidence. That's why it's always important for you to be completely 100% comfortable with what you're throwing. Otherwise, sometimes you have second thoughts and your shot doesn't always go the way you plan it to.
Red on red on red on yellow. That's right, Michelle.
外になってた。いや、悪くない。
Oh, so close.
Yeah, very close. I don't know if that was a great outcome for Team Peterson, though.
そう。
Yeah, just throw another guard up there, and they're not going to have a lot. Not going to have a lot to work with here.
Well, the Peterson rock is close enough to the yellow one. If they can get contact on it, they've got a very good chance of scoring that point. Their difficulty is that they'll be hitting a yellow rock into the rings in order to try and do it.
Yeah, and those guards there right now are very high guards, so you try and run those back, it's not an easy run back, that's for sure.
曲がりすぎたねみんな。3こっちぐらい。うん。いつものゆりかの1投目よりかは取ってる。これあれかな、4-2でさ、2ポチになるとこかな。それよりは伸びるかな。
Looking for an overhead shot here from Michelle. There you go. Only need to tap it like an inch or two.
These guards are not easy shots either. It's not that they want to throw one anywhere in front. They want to put it in a specific place. Make the next shot as hard as they possibly can for the Peterson ring.
Yeah, you don't want to throw this too tight.
A good shot. Very well done.
Yeah, they got a little bit of a wall going up there. What do you do if you're Team Peterson here, Jack?
Well, they do have a couple of possibilities. It's such a hard shot. They might try something off of the wings. They can have the shooter come off of the yellow against the wall side of the boards. They could try and play something. I don't know about the angle. Try to play something off the red that's on the shooter's left. Be spectacular shots. There'd be a possibility of a deuce that way. The easier shot is definitely to try to raise one of the guards.
But Peterson does have 2 rocks here, so she could also just peel some stuff right now. And
well, she would have to peel 2 for sure.
yeah, it definitely would have to be a double peel. Otherwise, you know, Fujisawa is just going to throw up another guard, and she's going to be in the same situation.
Or if she runs it straight back, that might work too. Lots of possibilities.
I'm going to turn up the volume here on Peterson so we can hear what they're saying. That might be helpful, hey?
Probably there.
Let's go.
There you hear that confidence. Let's go. Let's make this shot.
Little less.
Is she playing the run back?
I'm not sure what the call is here. I think the miss on this would be on the full side.
Whoa, whoa.
For sure.
Oh.
It's like we're just peeling these.
Jack.
Nice shot. Keeps things a little bit more open.
Nice call, Neen. Nice shot, Tim. No, me neither.
Switchies.
Yeah. So
To do that, we just boom, boom, boom. Right. Get it
Yeah.
on.
It looks like they're thinking about bringing the rock into the rings.
まあ最悪5になっても悪くない。
Yeah, you're not really too upset if Peterson gets one here.
赤の
At
前
least I wouldn't be. And this team is having no issues with their hits and their peels, so I think you have a good shot at taking your one in the last end.
ちょっと狭くはしたけど一緒かなほぼ。
Well, as a skip, I always view it as a moral failing if you throw a guard. So I don't mind going into the rings. It doesn't really change the next shot much.
4-1って感じ？
Closer it is to the red rock, the easier.
ここ蹴っちゃったな。ちょっとタイガーだ。
Yeah, so it looks like they're talking about
ちょっとタイガーだ。
a 5, so
ちょっとタイ
that's
ガーからいいからつけて。
about top 8, top 12.
クレークレークレークレークレークレークレー。
But line is way more important in this situation. Yeah, as you can see, they kind of had to come off on that rock because it was over curling a little bit. So they wanted it to be a little closer into the rings, I think. But line was more important because you don't want to expose any of that red rock and give them a chance for 2.
Do you think it leaves a chance for a soft draw, an in-turn draw?
Yeah.
I was wondering about that because you can see maybe a sliver of that rock, that red rock, but nope.
I'll throw a 9.
Nope, looks like they're just playing the run back. So Team Fujisawa did the job in getting that rock up there, forcing the run back. 4-1.
All right, sure. Just straight run. Okay, sounds good. Okay.
Some danger on this rock.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's 9-5. 9-5. 9-5. You go. You go then. You go.
Gotta move.
Come on. 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 More.
Nope.
Not quite. All right, so Team
Wait, please,
Fujisawa is going to
put
be
anything
up
down.
2 going into the 8th end.
Yeah. Shake it off. Okay.
Pretty good spot to be in.
Not too shabby.
They haven't been afraid to mix it up here. So it's not like Peterson's going to give up or anything.
No, of course not.
But they're certainly up against it.
Probably.
Nice to have that hammer.
So just gonna give a quick shout out to our sponsors again. Curler's Corner being our title sponsor, and Bernice, thank you Bernice for your sponsorship. The Weston, Jiffy Lube, Olsen Curling, get all your curling supplies from there, and I believe that Bernice sells Olsen curling supplies at her shop. So Coronado, Enigma Resources, Rockwatcher, and Bonterra. Thank you for your sponsorship.
One's gonna curl more. Yeah. All right. 8 good ones, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, I that's a common thing for teams to say in the 8th end is, you know what, if we make 8 perfect shots, then we'll probably win. It's simple in theory, but
Yeah, the other team has something to say about it too, though.
oh yeah, they make 8 perfect shots too. It's
So what do you think? Go in?
I would go in. I don't like to overcomplicate things in the last end when you're up.
Yeah, let's go, Neen.
上だけだ上だけ。14.6。クリーンクリーン。
That's what they're doing, going top 4. Nice shot.
あ、ナイス。
Even if things don't work out, they give up their 2. They've got the hammer and the extra.
Now that is a perfect leads rock And the leads don't get enough credit for shots like that. But, like, tell them to throw it top 4 and they'll do it almost every time, especially teams at this caliber.
Nice and tight.
Throwing up that corner guard. In-turn corner guard.
So this becomes an interesting call.
Yeah, good
Like, what do you do in this situation? 2 up, you've got 1 in, they've got their corner guard.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate throwing top 12, even just tight, like really tight, is not a bad shot. A tight center guard really isn't too much of a guard, and it's really not too much of a risk. Because it's tappable and it's runnable, so it's not a bad thing for Team Fujisawa. Yeah, like that's a good shot.
That's where they wanted it.
Yep. And it puts the pressure on Team Peterson because, yeah, they want to be aggressive and they want to get rocks in the house, but then they have these 2 perfect stones to deal with from Fujisawa's front end player, so it gets complicated.
It's easy to get over anxious in this situation as well because you've got a couple of guards up in front. Best to be patient here, wait for and put pressure on the other team, get your break, get your chance for 2.
Yeah, definitely patience here is a key thing for Peterson, and then the third's gonna have to do some work here to get the stones in the right spot. Yeah, Michelle's asking if any games are done now. Most of the games are still going. There's only 1 sheet that's gone, and that's Sinclair and Scherer. So Sinclair took the win, 7-3 there. Team Anderson is up 8-5 on Team Walker. Team Hauptstein is up 5-4 on Team Bernard. Morrison is up 6-5 on Skrlik. Sturmey is up 6-2 on Team Booth, and Carey is up 4-3 on Team Homan. Yeah, and that was a beautiful, beautiful draw for Team Peterson behind that guard. Perfect shot.
Throwing up the long guard now, looking to steal this end.
What do you do if your thrower asks for less or more ice, Jack? You tell them to get lost, or do you move the broom for them?
No, what you do is you leave the broom in the same spot and shuffle your feet a few times.
Oh man, I could name a few skips who've done that to me.
Yeah, I don't think that's exactly where they wanted it, but might work out. I don't think the angle is exactly to Peterson's liking on removing the top 2 guards. But if they get rid of everything in the middle of the sheet, I think they'd be in fine shape. I don't think the shooter's staying around.
Good.
Doesn't jam on that one.
Really nice, Beck.
Yeah, nice shot.
Okay. now
They
back-
only need 2 points here to tie it up, and then stealing
Big peel.
isn't too hard
Monster.
in today's game.
Back to defensive strategy. Get rid of the corner guard. Expose the red rock in the rings.
Yep, yep. 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 Yep, 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 yep. ちょっと熱い、ちょっと熱いよ、ちょっと熱いよ。
They want that out of there.
あ、ナイス。
Good shot. Good enough.
It's a straight draw.
Okay, we go there. They hit one of us. They're line 1-2. Is that what we want?
Not really. Should we go talk about this? You coming? Right. The problem with this is they hit, let's say they get a flop, they're sitting 1-2. And then I guess we hit, try to get over it. I mean, we could do this. Right.
Teton Schuster's playing right now as well. Big night for curling fans in the US, I guess.
You don't like the hit and flop?
Problem for the Peterson team is
For
position of that yellow rock. If it was behind the tee line, that would be a lot better for them. It's hard to just ignore it, and they're going to have to deal with it obviously at some particular point in time.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, so 4-7.
But they don't have an opportunity. They can't freeze one to it. They can't. So it's not helping them there. It might help them if they were to push it behind. But they're just going to draw.
You go take a look. Ian.
Leave that stone for now.
Take a look, Ian.
Trying to get these rocks even here. Dragging that rock really far. Props to the sweepers for that one.
The calls now for the team, Fujisawa team, are
Yeah.
pretty obvious.
We're good.
He's looking to see if there's a double off
Okay, I
of
was getting
this.
cold.
こっちの先、こっちの先だからこっちでも全然いい
She can
な。
afford to give up two.
なんでやる気ないかな。ちょっと入るか。
So she's playing very, very
全然
defensively.
やったよね。
Get rid of a rock. Stick around in the rings in a place where Peterson can't freeze to it.
うん。10半。いいよー。クリー、やっ、やっ、やっ、クリー、クリー、クリー、やっ、やっ、やっ、やっ、やっ、やっ、やっ、やっ、やっ、やっ、やっ、やっ、やっ、やっ。うん。9.9だった。うん。うん。
Think this way.
So what do you think, Lisa? Was that helpful? Get that roll into the middle like that?
I don't think so. I think it would have been better for
4-5?
them to nose and keep those rocks separate. I think Peterson is looking to just kind of come up to those yellows and tap them back. You don't want to remove them because they can be helpful.
Yeah, I think it's close. 6!
Down to it.
Little bump.
Little tap.
Yeah, just looking to tap these back a
Little
little
bump.
bit and
Just T.
hopefully
Or
cause
just right
some
there, little bump.
jamming potential for Fujisawa.
Great shot.
Yeah, that's a nice shot.
Very
Nicely
nice
done.
shot.
Can't get rid of that one. I think Fujisawa was looking to hit and roll off of that red and maybe stir things up a little bit in the house. It would be good to get that yellow moving a little, one of those yellows moving, so that you can have a chance at removing that red stone on the next shot.
It wouldn't. The second yellow isn't really helping her at all. It wouldn't.
No.
Wouldn't hurt her to get rid of it completely.
Yeah, at least move it somewhere else in the house. It's not a ton of weight though. I don't know if these rocks are gonna get moving very far. No.
You want to look at some angles with her?
Tiny little tap here might be a pretty good play.
It looks like our mics are cutting out a little bit. Can't really hear what they're saying, but there we go.
Yeah. That's our window. So you look here. Unless you hit it here. I think it's moving. Like a little bit.
I'm worried that might set up a double if that one goes too far. I think I like nose, Neen. I think I agree with that.
That way we stay on top of it.
Yeah, little tap's okay, but are we going for the straight freeze?
I think we want to tap it just a couple inches.
Yeah, okay.
If I freeze it, it's pretty good.
That's fine too. Yep, so same weight. 4-2 you said, Tab?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Oops, sorry. All right, same shot.
Well, I've
got
often
it.
said that the freeze is the toughest shot in bowling, but it's equally hard in curling.
Is that a little bit less? Or is that the same?
Oh, Jack. The things you say. Apparently, I threw a freeze in bowling.
Well, I'm sure it was hard
That's
to
what
do.
my dad's saying. Well, I'm a skilled person, Jack. What can I say?
Pretty good though.
I think it's pretty similar.
Just T. Just T.
We're bumping.
Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Hurry. Bring us here. Go, go, go. Hurry.
Looking to get a little bit of movement.
Oh,
in
what
these
a nice
rocks.
shot.
Really good.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Great shot, Neen.
Beautiful.
Although, could be tough to get that too.
Well, now we're gonna have to untab's next one.
Yeah, Peterson's gonna need to get these yellow rocks moving at some point because I
One way.
think they are sitting
run
two
that in.
still. Fujisawa sitting two still. So I think next shot's gonna have to have a little bit more weight to it and get something moving here.
Because that might make all the yellows go. Well,
Kevin King said he waited all night for a bowling
And we need
reference, and he finally got it in the
enough to
eighth
move
end.
things. Yep, and even
Yeah,
to keep
well.
them in the back rings as catchers.
いやそれもあると思うあるかこれを動 動かすか動かさないか。
Kevin's out in Victoria.
これをやられた時にちょっと
Fans all across the world.
Wow.
でこれちょっと押してこうなったらアングル作れば大丈夫。
Lots of talk here in the eighth end. Both teams are putting their thinking caps on.
ただね、ここのねアングルにね外れてるぐらいだったら大丈夫だと思う。ここまでしちゃうと微妙だけど。そうだね。そうしてみるか。ちょっと外で早かったらさ。ここまで最悪。
Not sure what they want to do with that yellow
そう
rock.
だね。
Tough to get either of the reds out. But it'd be very difficult right now in this situation. It'd be difficult for Peterson to get there too. Certainly not impossible.
誰かカマしたっけ？
してないのよ。あんまりしてない。
誰かカマしてない。
いつもならここ1本目ならちょっと取るかなって感じ。
Why does this look like our provincial game against Team Booth 2 years ago?
It does. It does look like that.
4秒でもマジ？
That did not end so well for us.
4-2だったらまた3とかだよね。
Okay, well, they're playing into it. They were looking at tapping the yellow back behind the tee line. If they stay in front of it, not so bad.
いいよ。
Cutting on him, trying to keep it straight. Oh, just squeezed by.
Wow.
A good spot.
急に重たいわ。
Did you ever want to hit this one into the crotch of those?
Well, 2 rocks left. So they do have time
Right.
to play a setup shot.
Yeah, this is where it gets difficult because there's so many
Play this to
outcomes.
crotch these.
For every shot, it's hard to think 2 shots ahead.
I think what they might be looking at is they bump their top red. They can move all those rocks around, put a little bit of separation between them, and give them a good chance on their last
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. But then
Yeah, we can do a quick update on some of the other sheets while we're waiting for a decision to be made. So we've got 2 sheets left still playing besides ours. Anderson. Oh, camera guy has other plans.
yeah. We'll kind of wait.
All right, so Team Homan looks like they actually don't know who won that game. Homan and Carey. Carey was up 1 going into the last end,
I think it
but
was
Homan had hammer.
Yeah, I think it's just
Carey
naturally going to do that,
5-3, I
Nina.
believe.
Okay, so Carey won that game. Team Mr. May is up 6-4 on Team Booth. Morrison's currently up 6-5 on Team Skrillex.
I just rolled this over something gross. They'll clean it good.
And Helpstein took the win against Team
There she
Cheryl
is.
Bernard, 6-4. And then Walker looks
this
like
got in my way.
lost to Sherry
Alright,
Anderson. 8-4. Sorry, 8-5 for Sherry Anderson.
A good win for that veteran team.
Yep. Come on, all the way. Let's go. Harder.
Some rocks moving.
Okay, that moved around
Wow.
very nicely. There's no way to get two of those rocks out that I can see.
厳しいね。
All right, she needs to whiff, and then we can hit that open one. I like my plan. She can whiff, and then we hit the open one.
そうだね。でもここに行ったら普通にダブル
Do you think it'll happen?
Looking at the freeze. She did just throw that shot.
ね。
Not much else. She tried to whip something off the outside yellow and hope to get two out, but that looks pretty iffy.
ここにフリーズがベスト。そうだね。これは勝ってんだもんね。
What a spectacular shot that was.
No kidding. Way to make an interesting end in the last
ガード置い
end.
ても微妙だもんね。いやー、ないなー。ウェイト必要だよね。
Or is it the
い
last
やー、
end?
同じな、伸びると思う。
Just freezing in that pocket there? That's what camera guy Kevin likes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Board operator guy Kevin.
Sound technician.
Sound technician. I'm the sound technician.
There you go.
Yeah, so if you're getting annoyed because you can't hear your team talking, you can blame it on me. I've been slacking.
Right, from this angle it actually does. I agree.
あ、ちょっと遅かったな。やっ。
So the weight must be there because only one of the sweepers is on. Oh, never mind. They switched to the guard.
大丈夫だ。
It is mostly covered.
Yeah, I think that's pretty buried.
Yeah, so just the double on that. Sounds good. What kind of weight? 9?
ありがとう。
I think the Peterson rink is 2, 3, and 4. Looks very close.
Oh, yeah.
So they just need to, if they can, just kill that yellow shot rock, the golden. They don't like to play the out turn around the guard. They're going to run it back.
What kind of weight?
Yeah, so if they make this, red will be 3.
Let's go, Tim.
It looks like.
Becca will hold you.
Okay, hard shot. Throw it hard.
And this is why Jack is such a great coach. He just gives out amazing advice. Close?
Trying to get it to move. Just
Good try,
missed.
Tab.
Just missed. What a great game.
Good game.
Yeah, great shooting from both teams.
Awesome. A lot of talent. Very competitive.
Sorry.
They mixed it up throughout. Every end had something going. Every end was interesting. And congratulations to the Fujisawa
amazing.
team.
They're so happy.
8 qualifiers.
Got a lot of happy fans up here watching the game. So Fujisawa should get some time off from curling for a little bit before playoffs.
And Peterson drops down to the event. She'll be playing her compatriot, Jamie Sinclair. That's in a B semifinal.
And there's my mom, Leslie Zaff, on the camera down at the ice, and she was probably freezing. So thank you, Mother, for the great camera work. She's waving. There she is.
What a wonderful job she did.
Yeah, she did great.
I think she's got that position full time now.
I think so too. I wouldn't have any complaints. Oh, whoa.
ね、最悪ちょっと疲れてるなら琴美ちゃん出るのもあり。
So now what's next for our
Yeah, so
video pleasure?
tomorrow we have another 4 games that we're going to be streaming. I believe tomorrow morning is a B qualifier, I want to say.
Yep.
Let me take a quick look. So Sunday morning, it looks like we'll probably have Ryan Parent and Kevin Parent commentating because nobody wanted to sign up for the early draw to commentate. So you'll be in for a treat there. We want to thank our sponsors again before we head out. Curler's Corner, The Westin, Jiffy Lube, Olsen Curling, Coronado, Enigma Resources Limited, Rock Watcher, and Bonterra. And thank you, Jack, for joining me in the commentator's booth today. Appreciate it.
Well, and thanks to this expert crew that you've assembled here and all the duties that you've done. This must be a very, very busy week for you.
A little stressful. I have to run home and submit a midterm before 12 a.m., so wish me luck.
Okay, well, I'm going to go home and have a beer.
The retired life. Can't wait for it. And thank you all for watching and tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Make sure you check out Curling Zone to see when all the draw times are, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Good night.